Ask 10 former smokers how quitting went, and you will hear two completely different stories. Some describe it as the hardest year of their life, and you can watch their jaw tighten while they say it. Others shrug and say the whole thing simply stopped mattering to them. Same result on paper. Very different life. This video is about the second group, because becoming a happy non-smoker is a different project from just stopping. Stopping is subtraction. You take something away and hold the gap open with effort. Growing into a non-smoker is replacement. You stop wanting the thing in the first place. Those two goals look identical for about 3 weeks. After that, they separate sharply. Here is the test. If you have quit and you still think of a cigarette as a treat you are no longer allowed, you have not finished quitting. You have paused. Every stressful week, every party, every long drive becomes a negotiation with yourself, and negotiations get lost eventually. If instead the idea of smoking feels irrelevant to you, like being offered something in a language you no longer speak, then it is finished. The habit is not being suppressed. It has been taken apart. So why do most attempts end in the first version rather than the second? Look at what people usually try. Cold turkey is the most common route and the most misunderstood. Willpower removes the cigarette but leaves the belief untouched. Somewhere in your head you still think the cigarette was doing something useful, calming you, focusing you, rewarding you at the end of a long shift. So you spend every day resisting something you secretly still rate highly. That is not freedom. That is restraint, and restraint runs out. Next come the stop smoking aids on the pharmacy shelf. Patches, gum, lozenges. Nicotine replacement is legitimate, and the research shows it improves your odds compared with no support at all. But it works on your bloodstream, not your beliefs. When the course finishes, many people discover the pull was never mainly chemical. It was psychological. The same ceiling applies to most quit smoking aids sold beside them. They soften withdrawal. They do not change the meaning you have attached to smoking over 15 or 20 years. Hypnotherapy to quit smoking is the next stop for a lot of people, and the logic behind it is sound. Suggestion aimed below the level of argument. The weakness is repetition. One long session against 2 decades of daily conditioning is an uneven fight, and without reinforcement, the effect tends to drift back, which is how most people end up on their phone. Search smoking cessation apps or apps to stop smoking and you get hundreds of results. The average quit smoking app on those lists is a counter with a clean interface. Days clean, money saved, cigarettes avoided, minutes of life returned. Useful for morale on day 4. But counting is measurement, not treatment. A day counter tells you how long you have been holding your breath. It never teaches you to breathe differently. So when someone asks for the best app to quit smoking, what they usually need is not a better tracker. That is the difference between a counter and a structured plan. Real smoking cessation programs have a defined psychological sequence and an endpoint. The stop smoking programs worth your attention teach you something specific on day 1 that you use on day 2. QuitSure sits in that second category. It is a 6-day smoking cessation program built by a team of Stanford, IIT, and IIM alumni, and its central instruction sounds wrong the first time you hear it. During the QuitSure program, you keep smoking. You are not asked to stop on day 1 or day 2 or day 3. The reasoning is straightforward. Each session is designed to change how your mind interprets the cigarette while the cigarette is still available to you. So the desire itself weakens instead of being held down by force. Stopping before that psychological rewiring happens is exactly what produces the miserable version of quitting that this video started with. The work runs through 3 layers in a fixed order: CBT, REBT, and self-hypnosis. CBT brings the beliefs into the open and tests them against what actually happens when you smoke. REBT goes after the emotional demand underneath. The sense that you must have one or the day is ruined. Self-hypnosis then settles the new associations in place through repetition, which is the part that a single outside session cannot give you. 2 support features matter here more than the feature list suggests. There is 24/7 chat support with psychologists, so the 2 in the morning craving that used to end an attempt has somewhere to go. And there is an in-app community of smokers and former smokers, which matters because quitting alone tends to make people secretive about slips, and secrecy about slips is how a slip becomes a relapse. Now the part nobody prepares you for, which is what happens after. The first surprise for most people is that the loss they were bracing for never really arrives. Coffee still works, breaks still exist, stress still comes, and you still handle it, just without the 6-minute interruption. The second surprise is how quickly the physical side improves. Taste and smell sharpen inside a couple of days. Stairs get easier within weeks. Circulation and lung function improve steadily through the first year. The third surprise is the one that defines a happy non-smoker. Other smokers stop looking free to you. They start looking scheduled. Stepping outside in bad weather, checking pack levels before a flight, planning a long dinner around a gap. Once you see the routine as a set of obligations rather than a set of rewards, the pull is gone and nothing has to be resisted. On the evidence, be precise about what exists and what does not. QuitSure has been studied in research published in the peer-reviewed JMIR journals, reporting an 80.1% success rate among program completers. That qualifier matters. It describes people who finished the program, not everyone who downloaded it. The study is also single-arm, meaning there was no control group running alongside for comparison, so it is real published evidence with a real limitation, and anyone telling you otherwise is selling. The DOI is in the description if you want to read it yourself. The app reports over 3 million downloads to date. So, practically, if you have tried cold turkey and patches and a hypnosis session and none of it held, the pattern is probably not weak character. It is that each of those addressed one layer while the belief underneath stayed where it was. A structured quit smoking program that works on the belief first is a different intervention, not a stronger version of the same one. Whether you use this stop smoking app or something else entirely, judge any cessation program by one question before you start. Does it plan to change how you think about smoking, or does it only plan to keep smoking away from you? The first produces the person who shrugs. The second produces the person whose jaw tightens. QuitSure is available as a smoking cessation app on both app stores. 6 days. Keep smoking while you learn. Link is below, and if this was useful, subscribe, because the next video covers the specific week where most attempts collapse and what to do about it.